Hi there, I'm Inês, a researcher who previously worked at Birkbeck College, University of London, where this series of studies was conducted. Our goal with this series of studies was to better understand how expectation shapes perception itself at a very early level, and how our experience acquired throughout our lifetime can help form these expectations, meaning that when we have more expertise with a certain category, when we have been more exposed to a certain category throughout our lifetime, we can form more robust expectations, and that can have an effect on the way we perceive stimuli. So to do this, we selected a category where humans are taught to generally have high expertise with, faces, and a category that we are taught to have low expertise with, cars. What we then did was have 67 participants complete a series of tasks, a behavioral task, an EEG task, and an independent measure of face ability task, usually called the Cambridge Face Memory Test. Participants started with the behavioral task where they associated a color with a category, so a color for faces, a color for cars, and this was to train their expectation to the following stimuli. Then we manipulated the probabilities of this stimuli appearing or not. So sometimes their expectations would be right, a face would appear, let's say, and sometimes their expectation would be wrong. They would expect a face and they would see a car instead. What we could see was that for the stimuli of high expertise, expectation faces, expectation helped them categorize the faces. So when they had high face expectation, there was a facilitation effect, and when they had low face expectation, there was an interference effect. We then had the same participants do a very similar task in an EEG, and what we did, we used multivariate pattern analysis to look at the differential brain patterns when they had high expectation for faces or low expectation for faces. So what we were decoding was not what participants were seeing. We were decoding what they expected when they saw exactly the same thing. So for instance, faces or for instance, cars. What we saw was that we could decode expectation in areas that are typically associated with vision, so posterior areas, as early as 100 milliseconds. Behavioral facilitation effects were correlated with face expertise. And these behavioral effects were also correlated with this neural decoding of expectation. So we could see that expectation was correlated with the behavioral findings we were also seeing. We also had a marginal correlation between this neural decoding and face expertise. Taken together, our studies show that expectation indeed has a large effect on how we perceive things, and more importantly, that this is tightly linked with our experience acquired through a lifetime with these stimuli. I would like to thank the BIAL Foundation for funding these studies, and if I had to describe the BIAL Foundation in a single word, it would be empowering.